Hey, going on? This is KLA Cloud the Wanderer on a New York City afternoon. I don't even know if that made sense, but I'm here with Holly Planson, and she's an NABBA competitor. And yeah, I met her on Instagram. I came across her on Instagram, and I wanted to do an interview. And here she is. She's here to tell her story, how she got into fitness. Hi, Holly. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. We just had a snowstorm yesterday. You know,
It's
it's like
crazy.
2 feet of snow. Huh?
I said it's crazy. We've had no snow here, so you're lucky.
Yeah. How often does it snow in England?
Not a lot. I think it
Oh,
snowed about a couple of years ago, but that's about it. We've not had any snow. I live in Essex, so we've not had any snow in Essex just yet. But yeah, fingers
okay.
crossed we
Yeah.
don't, because I
Yeah, we
don't like the
just
snow.
yeah. I'm not crazy about it. I know the kids, they're gonna be skiing and all that type of stuff where I'm at,
Yeah.
you know.
All I'm worried about is
So
if I can get to the gym.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you compete as an NABBA competitor.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I've
that's
done. Go on, sorry.
no, I was just saying it what it stands for. It's National Amateur Bodybuilding Association.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
So
not a pro yet. That is on the cards, hopefully.
okay, so it's just a organization of like amateurs.
Yeah. I mean, my aim is to be pro eventually. But obviously you have to start at the bottom with anything. You know, you can't just walk into something, you're a pro or you're at the top. You have to work hard. I mean, I started bodybuilding 8 years ago, as a bikini athlete. I worked my way from bikini, and then obviously I was at the age of over 35, so I became masters bikini, where I won Miss Britain for the NABBA Miss Britain for Masters Bikini. I then started to gain quite a lot of muscle, and my coach at the time said to me, "Look, you're on the borderline of going up. Like, you've either got to eat away at some muscle, or step it up and go to toned figure." So I made the leap and went to toned figure and done a year with the coach that I was at the time. And then I changed my coach, and he's a very good friend of mine. Chris Jones has also won numerous of titles in bodybuilding. Um, he's also won Mr. Universe for the NABBA, and took me under his wing. And if I could say, all of my bodybuilding journey's been amazing, but the last year and a few months that I've been with Chris Jones um, has been incredible. Like, my body has transformed. He's got my physique just how it needs to be, and I've gone on to achieve amazing things. I've placed third in Britain last year. I won loads of my categories for FMC. I also won the overall for the competition. I also won NABBA Southeast last year. So I've had a really good run. I mean, I wouldn't change coaches now. He knows how my body works and things like that. So I know that I've had to work hard to get where I am today, and it wasn't easy, but I had to start from the bottom and work. I'm working my way up. I would say this year would be the year that I would get my NABBA Pro card, which my first comp for NABBA is in May. So at the moment, I'm in on prep for that. So that is what my aim is by the end of this year, to get my NABBA Pro cards. And then I probably can call myself a pro, which would be lovely. But yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a journey of highs and lows, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah. Like how often do they have shows? like in
NABBA
that?
has shows all through the season.
Okay.
I mean, this year I'm only focusing on NABBA. Last year I done a different loads of different feds. I competed 5 times last year, and I done 3 NABBA comps and then a couple of other feds. I know that NABBA is the federation for me. NABBA is the federation where I want to succeed. I want to go pro through NABBA. My aim is probably to travel all over the world and compete for NABBA eventually. But yeah, they have them all through the season. So my aim is to win my title again at the Southeast, get the British invite, go to the British. I placed third in the British at NABBA last year. I want to win this year. um,
Yeah.
I did actually do NABBA Universe the end of last year. The standards were very, very high. Obviously, it's people from all over the world that I'm competing against, the best from all over the world. I didn't place, unfortunately, but it was still an achievement to be up there with a lot of other athletes that are at the top of their game. Um, so this year I want to place at the universe and be in the top 6, and say I'm one of the top 6 in the world. But we will see how that goes. Fingers
Yeah.
crossed. I know me and Chris work really, really well together. So
What
um,
did?
it,
Oh,
go on. Sorry.
no, get like you can finish. It's
Like
okay.
it would be nice to finish off this season with placing in the top 6 for the NABBA universe. It's also good to obviously I have a child, she'll be 15 this year, and I think it's very, very important for her to see that you can achieve anything when you put your mind to it, you stay focused, you're very regimented, and women empowerment basically. Like us women can do just what men can do. Sometimes
Uh,
maybe better though.
uh,
you
I,
know.
you said it, not me. I don't know. But like like when you competed, like what was like things that you had to work on?
For me, obviously getting lean is a very important thing for obviously getting on stage. That it's not just a lot of people say it's just about going to the gym. It's your food, it's your posing, your routines. There are hours and hours and hours that go into looking how you look for that finished physique on stage. It is
Hmm.
not just about going to the gym and lifting some weights. It's just hours. I mean, I spend hours and hours on my decking in my garden practicing my routine to go on stage, and as well as I've got a job as well, and I'm a mum, and I have a partner and a home life. It is a lot to juggle, but it's only you that can do it. And if you've got the drive, the determination to do it, then you'll do it. You'll succeed, and that is my main fault. If things deteriorated in my family life and bodybuilding had to take a back step, then that is how it would be. But it just works so well. Like my partner Mitch, he's into his training. We train together. um he's I'm hoping to compete one at one point himself, but I think it's important to have that support from your partner, your family, your loved ones. And I'm fortunate enough that I'm lucky really that I've got that, you know because like you're saying, what goes into it, it's the tanning, it's the bikini, it's the hours waiting to get on stage, it's the ups and downs of your mood swings when you're hungry but your food's deteriorated, but I'm really lucky to have him in my life that supports me every step of the way. And also my little girl, it's and my family. It's good to have that support network, because if you haven't and you're working on your own to try and achieve these goals, it's quite a lonely life to have.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, from what I know, bodybuilding, it's an expensive sport. It's a sport that
Yeah.
people don't pay no mind. The public don't pay any attention to like that, unless
Yeah.
if you or you fascinated by the sport, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, it's good that your husband supports you. Like, but how did you get started in bodybuilding?
So, well, I started actually with running. I was running marathons, 2 miles a week, like half marathons, 5K, and I lost all muscle. I was like a stick. I was really small and tiny, and someone I knew was a personal trainer, and he said, "Holly, you should get into the gym." I was like, "Oh yeah." Started weight training, started to enjoy it, and then my first coach as such said, "You should compete." And I was like, "No, never, not me. I couldn't get up there. I've got no confidence. I'm quite shy, a bit insecure." A year later, I went up on stage as a bikini athlete and came third for NABBA Southeast. And that is how it just went. It just went from training a little bit of weight to gaining a little bit muscle to now being a toned figure athlete and quite a few titles underneath my belt and getting myself known around the circuit. And that's how it happened. But before bodybuilding, I didn't have any muscle. I was like a tiny little twig, but
Yeah,
the more I'd done it, the more drive I got, and the more I was seeing results, the more I thought, do you know what? I like this. I'm seeing a bit of muscle, I'm seeing a bit of definition, and it's just gone from that right up. And yeah, I wouldn't change it. I absolutely love it. I live, breathe, and sleep bodybuilding.
yeah, that's how it seemed like. But when you was running like marathons, you didn't like train like no weights or like do
No, I was
calisthenics.
No, I was literally, I had a plan. When I done Brighton Marathon, I had a plan to run a certain amount of miles a week every single day. And that was all I would do. It was just purely running. Hence why my physique was so tiny. I had no muscle at all. So that I'd literally just run every single day and I'd have one rest day a week from running, but I only used to do abs. I never done anything else. So when I stepped in the gym that first day, that was the first time I actually stepped into what I call a bodybuilding gym. That at the time was run by my coach, Chris, Titan, and then he moved from there. And obviously, this is the Evolve Fitness. So it's
Okay.
Evolve in Essex, in Rayleigh, which he has now got, which is it's a brilliant gym. Like it's family orientated. I can take my child there. Like me and Mitch train there. Like it's a brilliant gym. So yeah, but Titans was the first time I'd stepped into a bodybuilding gym.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. So we got some guests here. We got Project 1868. He asked a question, what's your favorite protein?
My favourite protein, chicken. Chicken and turkey is my
Yeah,
favourite. So yeah, it is my favourite. Obviously I eat steak, I have tuna and things like that, which is on my plan. But yeah, chicken is my favourite.
yeah. Shout out to Balls Deep, small game. That's Balls Deep. He's a nut. Yeah, let me stop with this hype stuff. Well, I could show a little some slides I did with yeah, you have a nice physique. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. What drew you to bikini?
What to start as bikini model, like a bikini athlete?
Yeah, like what made you wanted to do bikini? That's what I was trying to ask you.
So obviously I thought it was best that I started with bikini because I didn't have as much muscle as what I have now. I find that a lot of athletes, women start as bikini and work their way up through each category. I feel like toned figure is where I fit best, but my next aim is probably to go to athletic figure next year, which is another step up from what I am now.
Okay. So like what the so that's what they call it, toned figure.
Yeah, so at the moment I'm a
Mm.
toned figure athlete, yeah. So
Okay,
you go
yeah,
up in categories. So you've got like junior bikini, you've got bikini, then you've got like the fitness bikini, you've got wellness, then you've got say masters bikini, you've also got now toned figure, then it's athletic figure, and then it goes up women's physique and up. But my aim is to get to athletic figure and stay at athletic figure. As much as I think the women with a lot of muscle are absolutely phenomenal, it for me, I want to stay at athletic figure if I can get to that point. But that's obviously something that I would look at with Chris next year. But at the moment, my aim is to win everything for toned figure. That is
okay.
my aim.
Is it natural bodybuilding?
Yes, yeah. I mean,
Okay,
obviously, you can. Obviously, there are natural where they're tested. Um, NABBA do have natural bodybuilding comps, but I just compete just for NABBA Southeast and whatever comps that I feel fit that suit me, and obviously what Chris thinks is best for me. Chris obviously is such a knowledgeable bloke. He knows everything to know about bodybuilding. He's been doing it from such a young age that, and obviously being a very close family friend as well, I take whatever he says. I know that Chris has my best interests at heart. He knows what's best for me and what's best for my physique. So I trust him 100% with his choices, diet plans, training plans, and everything else really. And like I said, he's a really good family friend. So I've known Chris a very long time.
that's pretty good. Like how long you been competing again? How many
I've
years?
been competing for 8 years.
8 years? Wow,
Obviously,
that's good.
yeah. So obviously the lockdown obviously affected that quite a bit. I was getting ready for a comp or getting like off season,
Yeah.
doing a bit of bulking, and then lockdown hit. So that was in that period. But yeah, I started 8 years ago from
Mhm.
yeah to bikini to toned figure. So, but I took obviously the jump from bikini to toned masters bikini to toned figure within a year, which is quite a big thing to do. But I know, like Chris, I had the muscle there anyway to do it. It's just having that courage and not being so nervous. But
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I love it. And like I said, I just wouldn't change it for the world. It's a healthy lifestyle. It's good for my daughter to see. Like I said before, you can do anything when you put your mind to it. And I enjoy it. The moment I stop enjoying it is the moment when I think, do you know what? I need to give up the bodybuilding. And then I would probably look at judging. I'd like to do judging. But at the moment, I'm 39 this year, and I think I can still keep going. If I can still keep going till I'm about 45, I'd be happy.
Yeah. Would you want to like go travel like places like in America and do like a natural show?
I would love to do that. That is something later on. I would like to do. If there was an opportunity for me to do it as well, yeah, 100%, I'd compete abroad. At the moment, I just want to absolutely smash this country. Like I said, win as much as possible, get my pro card, and be a pro bodybuilder. And then obviously that's another avenue that I would like to look down, which would be traveling all over. Which obviously I'd take Mitch and Lily with me because it'd be an amazing opportunity for them both to see parts of the world as well, just as much as me.
Have your kids ever gone to your shows?
I've only got one child, Lily.
Oh,
She goes to every single show. She
that's
is the
good.
most supportive little girl you ever. Um, you can hear her shouting in the audience. She's videoing. She tells all her friends, her teachers at school. She helps me get ready. She helps me get my bikini on, do my hair. She's literally like my little helper, but she absolutely loves it. Like, she never misses a show. She never wants to miss a show. But obviously, when I'm on stage and I can hear her shouting out, I do have to block it out a little bit because it makes me a little bit emotional. And I have
Mm.
to think, right, I've got to focus now on what I'm doing because I don't want to burst into tears on stage. But yeah, she comes everywhere with me with competing.
You think it's inspiring her to want to compete herself?
Um, I don't know. She's into her boxing, so she's quite
Okay,
fit. She
all
loves
right.
sport. Yeah, she loves her sport. She does boxing twice a week. Quite um into her fitness. Bodybuilding, I don't know that she would do it. I'd like her to do it, but
And she's
she's
still
more
young.
into her boxing.
Yeah, she's still young because I mean, there's bodybuilders that before they started competing, some were doing MMA, martial
Yeah.
arts. Yeah, I mean, she's 15, right?
Yeah,
She's
she'll be 15 in October.
yeah, yeah. I mean, probably somewhere down the road. Yeah,
You never
she
know. I mean,
yeah, you never know.
she she likes going to shows, she likes watching the show, she likes being in the experience. But we will see. I mean, she could be doing the junior bikini at the age of 16, 17. You never know.
Yeah, I
She
know it's
might
not.
follow in my footsteps.
Yeah, I know it's not something that you want to push anybody,
Yeah.
doing because it's really it's an intense sport. I mean, I know but it's a lot. Even
Oh,
for
yeah.
like the average person to understand it, it takes time to understand it. For me,
Yeah.
I'm not like a quick learner like that. So even the terms and then the thing was, it's like different type of bodybuilding, natural and
Yeah.
enhanced.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There's a lot to learn, but like I've said before, if you're willing to learn, you're willing to focus, and you've got the
yeah,
drive to do it, 8 years ago, I never thought I'd be on stage. I'd never in a million years. And now I look back at my photos, my videos, my trophies, the titles that I've won. I sit there and I think, do you know what? I actually did it. I
mm,
actually have succeeded at something I never in a million years thought I'd ever do. I watched a comp at Basildon in Essex to see if I'd like it. And I was thinking, do you know what? I don't know if I can do this. I don't think I've got the confidence. And my coach at the time was like, never say never. And like I said, after that year, I got up and placed third for NABBA South East. And I'm like, now looking back, I think, yeah, I've done it. And I'm proud that I've done it and I've got the courage to do it. I'm not saying I don't get nervous,
mm,
I get anxious, I get nervous. I've said to Mitch on numerous times that in the last year at the side and said, I don't think I can do this. I think I should go home. And he's like, no, you're not. Like, you've put all this work in, you've done all of this hard work. Now go up there and show them what you're made of. And I go up there, you stand at the side of the stage and your heart's going and you're thinking, oh my God, I need to calm this down. You walk out on the stage, the lights hit you, and it's like you come alive. And I enjoy every minute of it.
yeah. What's it like on competing? Like, how many competitors on stage, and what's this like competing against the other women?
I mean, I it depends who turns up on the day.
Yeah,
Sometimes there can be three, sometimes there can be four. For the universe, I think there was 17 of us on stage, which is quite a lot. I mean, I've met some amazing athletes along my bodybuilding journey that I speak to, that have got my number, that we talk through Instagram, that we get on really well. On the other hand, you can get other sides of it where you can get the bitchy side, like the competitive side. At the end of the day, everyone can be your friends and you can all get on well backstage, support each other, help each other out with your hair and makeup. But when you get up on that stage, you're on that stage for yourself to show what you've worked hard for. And I am like that. I will help anyone out backstage. I will chat to everyone. I'm quite a happy, outgoing person. But when I step out on that stage, I'm there to win, or I'm there to get placed. I'm there for myself. And then once that's all over, I'm not nasty on stage. You compete, you do your posing, you do your mandatories, you do your quarter turns, your routines, your I walk or your T walk. And then you get backstage, and then it's like you all chat. Some people have bought brownies for backstage, or you
Yeah,
meet them after and you have a little drink together because you're allowed that little bit of a treat. And it's not like a nasty atmosphere on or backstage. You all get on really well, and you're all can't wait to get on stage, see where you've placed, and then have your cheat meal after.
yeah, yeah. I know it got to be like a sisterhood.
Yeah,
Can't be, yeah,
100%.
too much, rivalries. I mean, they do have, here in the States, there's a little rivalry at
Oh,
times.
really?
But yeah, yeah, like I've seen it a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know, you're familiar with Jessica Padilla or something. I don't know if
yeah,
I'm pronouncing it right. Her
yeah.
and
I know.
Missy
Yeah.
Prescott, yeah, they got into it. Yeah. So
See,
do
I
you do
stay out of all that sort of stuff. I want to, I'm quite, like I said, I'm quite a warm, outgoing, um, friendly person. I don't want to fall out with anybody. We've all done the hard work. We've all done the 5 a.m. cardio. We've all done the no carbs, then carb overloads. We've all done the training, the diet plans, the near to comp when you're literally running on fumes and you're so lean that you're so weak. We've all done that hard work, just all come together as a team and spur each other on. There doesn't need to be any bitchiness or nastiness. At the end of the day, we've all done the same work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not very easy. Like how do people kind of look at you as a bodybuilder? Do they notice? Because you're not huge looking or anything like
I've
that.
got a big hoodie on at the moment. I mean, I do when I'm leaning down and I'm getting ready for a comp. I do get people that ask me, like at my full-time job that I'm at, which is totally opposite to bodybuilding. I'm actually a chef, so it's totally opposite. And then when I wear my kitchen clothes to then getting into my gym clothes to then go to the gym, people are like, oh, I didn't know you look like that underneath your uniform. Like you've got like, do you train? And I'm like, oh yeah, like blah blah. And then they ask about it and they're like, oh, would you help me? And things like that. So, or if me and Mitch have been out together for dinner, or when I'm allowed to go out, not allowed to go out, but when I'm allowed to have a cheat meal, or we've gone out for something and I'm wearing a dress and my arms are out, I have had people look or ask me or, say, do you train? And Mitch is straight away saying, yeah, she's a bodybuilder, and then starts getting his photos up on his phone because he's proud, obviously, saying this is what she looks
Yeah, she's
like and things
good.
like that. So I do get a lot of that going out. I used to get a lot of hate on social media, on my Instagram and TikTok from people,
Mm.
which, you know, it is what it is. It did affect me sometimes when it was quite nasty, but then when you look, it sounds bad, but when you look who is the keyboard warrior, you think, like you shouldn't really be slating me for looking how I look with a good physique, you know, without saying too much. It's not nice to put hate on people that are achieving something and that actually have a phenomenal physique. But there are good and bad things of looking muscular. So
Yeah, it has its good, bad, and ugly. Yeah,
yeah,
somebody, the other day they was telling me, they get harassed by
yeah,
people, on Instagram, and
yeah.
some they interested in her too,
Oh
and
wow.
they ask her out on dates and stuff like that, and she's
Yeah.
like, she ain't trying to hear it. Yeah, because it's
I
like
mean,
you beating me down and stuff like that. You beating me down, and now you asking me to go on a date. So,
yeah,
but I don't know.
no.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
if
mean,
I did get any
I
messages like that, I wouldn't be interested because I've got the most amazing partner in the world. So people could send as many messages they want. I'm not interested.
yeah,
I'm
I
happy
mean,
with the man
majority
I've got.
of yeah, majority of bodybuilders is with somebody married or they got a
Yeah.
boyfriend or something like that. So it's more like a fantasy that people have. Yeah.
Oh yes, definitely.
So
There is a lot of people that have them types of fantasies, but that's not for me.
yeah, 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 it'd be like that. What was I gonna ask you? Like, what was it like preparing for your first show? Like, I can imagine you was nervous, but like, how did you like try to understand what you was doing? It was what's his name? Chris was like guiding you.
uh, See, at the time I had a different coach called Gary. So obviously
Okay.
what we've done is we went to see a show, like I said before, in Basildon in Essex, just to show me what I would be doing, like to give me a bit of an idea. I done loads of posing. I watched a lot of stuff on YouTube. Watched a lot of stuff on Instagram and things like that to see. I got a lot of advice from other builders that train at the gym that I was training at as well. I was nervous. I was worried. I didn't get on stage till nearly 10 o'clock at night after waiting all day. Um, but
Mm,
yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot to understand, like the food that I had to do, the cardio. It was a lot. But I done it. It just took a lot of time to get my head round. And a lot of people now say to me, like, how can you work in the kitchen and be on prep and be a bodybuilder? I was like, well, you've either got determination or you haven't. You either want to do it
yeah.
and get up on that stage or you don't. So obviously when I done my first show, it was a lot. It was a hell of a lot. And I had to think, right, I've either got to do this all 100% or not do it at all. But it was hard to get my head around it and work out what was best for me and things like that. But yeah, I finally got there and now I feel like I'm a pro at it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you got good discipline. I mean, you're a chef. Like, what kind of chef you are? Are you a pastry chef?
It's not, I mean, so I used to work in hotels and things like that, like a fully qualified chef. Now I work in a special needs school in the kitchen, which
Okay.
is very rewarding. I chose to take that path of catering due to having my daughter, and I wanted to be at home at weekends, pick her up from school, drop her off to school. So I chose that. But before that, I worked in hotels, a la carte restaurants, all in Essex. But now, yeah, I work in a special needs school in the kitchen. So I still call myself a chef because things are still being cooked from scratch. Things are still being cooked from fresh. Like it's all fresh products. But obviously, doing it in a special needs school, it is just so rewarding. Like, they melt your heart. You realise how lucky you are to have the child that you've got, and it makes you realise what's going on in the world at the moment.
Yeah. When you say special needs school, it's like handicap or kids
It's
with
like
disabilities.
autistic children,
Oh,
children with
okay.
ADHD, that sort of route. Some of them are non-verbal, some of them are tube fed. It's a range of scale of disabilities. But I love it. It is, like I said, a very, very rewarding job. And it's nice to have, obviously, my bodybuilding is separate, but knowing the nutrition and things like that does obviously help with the bodybuilding. From going to college all them years ago and obviously still researching nutrition and things like that is helping me with bodybuilding as well, because we need to know that side of our food, the nutrition and things like that. So, but yeah, it is it's a very big eye opener working in a special needs school, but like I said, it's also very rewarding at the same time.
Like what kind of food like you would like prepare like during the day? Like would you like
You know, they have like a range of salads, they have all different desserts, roast dinners, spaghetti bolognese, like all different curries. You know, we have theme days where we do like Mexican or Italian and things like that. But obviously certain children have to have their food a certain way, um, which obviously we have to cater for. But there's no difference really. It's just not food that I can eat.
yeah. Like for you, like I mean, like what's your advice to somebody that want to start like eating healthy or just even want to start competing? Like
Um, my one
how would they go
advice,
about it?
my
Yeah,
one
yeah, right.
advice would find a good coach that's not just out for money, that actually wants for you to succeed and knows what they're talking about, because there are a lot of coaches out there that just want your money and
Mm,
doesn't really not care too much, but cannot get you to where you want to be. Um, and that is the main thing, is having a coach that you can trust, that's loyal and that's there to help you succeed in your bodybuilding journey. That is
yeah.
my advice. Yeah, 100%. um I've had a coach, obviously, that it didn't go too well, was more worried about the money every month and how much he could get out of me. And then I made the step to go with Chris Jones. And honestly, it was the best decision I've ever made. Um, Obviously, money, you pay a coach, but deep down, Chris cares about the athlete. He cares about that athlete succeeding, reaching their goals, keeping them healthy, making sure that they're okay. You know, I suffer with anxiety myself, and Chris is aware of that. I've also got endometriosis as well, um, which obviously is a condition for women that Chris is aware of. So he's very aware of those things, and always make sure that things like that are okay, like everything's running well, that I'm not anxious, that I'm not worried, that I'm not concerned, that I'm always happy with what I'm doing. And that is the main thing, having a coach that actually cares about the athlete is very important.
Yeah. I'm sorry, my phone it just kind of phone acting up.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's okay.
yeah. Yeah, that's good that you get a good coach. I mean,
Yeah,
because there's coaches that, they don't really care about you and,
yeah.
I hear all kind of stories, you know.
There's a lot,
Um,
isn't there? That's the thing. I mean, a lot of the online coaches are, some of them are amazing, but some of
yeah,
them are just out for a for the money. So yeah, like I said, that is my advice. Get a good coach that cares about you, that cares about your goals, and you'll be fine. And also stay driven, stay focused and driven, and don't let nothing like pull you down or get in the way of what you want to achieve.
yeah, that's good. That's good advice. Like what about the eating? Like that, like eating healthy. Like what would your advice would be for somebody that, they have problems with food? You ever had like a food addiction or I don't know.
No, I mean, I love my food.
Yeah.
I could probably eat more than what my fella does if I weren't on prep. I probably have done. I do love my food. I've never had any problems with food. Um, I don't eat fish. That's the only. Well, I eat tuna, but I don't eat fish. But I've never
Yeah.
had any like problems with food, like a disorder against food or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, obviously my coach Chris does all my food plans with me, and that's why I say, like, get a good coach that will give you a good food plan, that won't starve you to death, that keeps obviously your meals, the 5 meals a day, suitable meals where you're not starving, because there are points where you are starving, but that there's enough in them 5 separate meals that keep you running all day. That is important. But I absolutely love my food.
So you eat 5 days. You eat five times a
Five
day.
meals, yeah, five
5 meals.
times a day. Yeah,
Okay, okay. Some bodybuilders, I think they eat 6 meals a day. You
yeah.
know, yeah, that's
I
a
mean,
lot.
mine are more, they're not massive amounts, as you
Mhm.
get close to comp, obviously the food goes down, the carbs go down. But obviously your body needs food for your metabolism to keep
Yeah,
spiking, to burn that fat, to take off the water. So obviously these 5 meals a day that I'm eating, I until my metabolism spikes, then I think, oh, I wake up in the morning, I'm hungry. 5 o'clock, my alarm goes off, and I'm like, I'm hungry. Like, guess get that cardio done so I can have my eggs and my steak, and
yeah.
then I'm okay. And then as the day goes on, the meals go in, and you know, I'm feeling. I've literally just eaten before I've done this as well, so that I weren't starving while I was doing it.
Do you
So
count
I
your
did.
food?
Pardon,
Do
sorry.
you, do you count your food like macros?
No, I don't. That's why I pay Chris. I leave it all to Chris. I trust him that much that I know what he's doing. So when he gives me my plan, I do my check-ins every Friday morning. So it's like a questionnaire of like my weight from the week before, this week's weight, how I'm feeling, how my sleep is, everything that he needs to know. Then I do my photos, like my quarter turns, send them over to him, and then he will send me back my feedback and if my food plans change. And I screenshot the food plan. And I think, right, that's what I'm doing for the week.
Okay,
I
wow.
trust him. Like I said, he's a family friend. I've known him for many, many years. He's travelled all over the world, so
Mm.
many titles. There is no doubt in me with Chris at all coaching. Just by my social media, you can see how I've progressed just through being with Chris. So yeah, I pay Chris. He does it, and he tells me what to do, and I do the doing.
Does he got other clients, right? I would
Yeah,
assume.
yeah,
Okay.
he has got other clients. But Chris obviously owns Evolve Fitness, the gym. So obviously he's retired from bodybuilding now. He still trains like he's a bodybuilder. He still eats like he's a bodybuilder. And to be
Mm.
honest, I think he could still compete at his age. I think he's 50 now.
Yeah.
But the way his physique is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So all check out his Instagram, Chris
He
Jones,
almost looked
if you want
like
to see what
Dorian
you look.
Yates.
Pardon, sorry.
No, I said he almost like Dorian Yates. It was a
Yeah.
British bodybuilder.
Oh yeah,
He's-
I mean, he looks phenomenal. But obviously with him, retiring, he's got the gym and he has athletes. So, and I think, and all of them athletes have done amazing, in their bodybuilding journey. So he knows his stuff. He's a good guy.
Does he teach you posing, or you have another posing coach?
I have had some posing from another bodybuilder who's women's physique, Sophie, a very good friend of mine. She actually trains at Evolve as well. She's actually a personal trainer and a coach herself. I had a few posing sessions with her, and now not nailed it, but I knew what I was doing. And then as I've gone along the line, I've been looking at YouTube, watching people on Instagram, and got it that way. When I went over to Toned Figure from Masters Bikini, I sort of had a rough idea of the posing for that category. It was just a case of picking it up. So yeah.
Yeah. Like who stands out for you on YouTube or IG as a bodybuilder? A women athlete.
There is a number of people. There's male and female
Okay.
that I look at. There is a lady called Rebecca. Um I can't actually think of her surname. I follow her on Instagram. Her physique is phenomenal.
Mm.
Um there is, I can't think of his name now. Um he won Mr. Olympia, I think, last year. Why can't
I
I think
think
of
I
his
know who
name?
you're talking about, but I don't know his name.
I
Some of them
can't
names.
yeah, for
Yeah,
the life of me, my brain has gone completely
yeah.
blank.
I think I know
There
who you're
are
talking.
there are a lot of like I follow quite a lot of pages of the bodybuilding from like Arnold's era, you know, the old like women bodybuilders from years ago, and look at their routines and you know their posing and things like that, and I think that's how I want to look. You know,
Mm.
there are a lot of people on Instagram that I would love to look at like, but you know, I am who I am. I'm gonna try and get my physique as best as I can and just go out there and hopefully smash it and
Yeah,
get my name out there a little bit more.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I think like in your shows, like I don't know, like do you notice a lot of people from the audience?
What do I have? A lot of family, like people to come and support me and things like
Mm.
that.
Okay. Oh
Yeah,
no, I
I
was asking like in the audience, is there like a lot of people that watch the shows or?
Yeah, there are. I mean, it all depends. You know, for like the British, when you go to a NABBA in Britain, it is the like the theatre is absolutely packed.
Okay.
Universe, you know, it can be quite busy because you've got people from all over the world. There have been some comps like through the years where you know there's only 50 people in the audience, but to me, it doesn't matter how many people are in the audience, as long as I'm showing the judges what I've worked hard for and that I've brought the best physique to stage. That's all that matters to me. And obviously that I've got my loved ones in the audience as well, which is important. But it doesn't matter how many people up there. When I go up there, I'm looking at the judges. I'm not looking at everybody else because I think if I looked at everybody else, it might put me off.
Yeah, yeah. And your anxiety might kind of start messing with you and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
get it.
if I end up seeing Mitch and Lily in the audience, I think, right, they're not there. I can't look. It makes me feel emotional.
Yeah. What's your workout routine like during the week?
So I have a training plan that Chris has set me. I have 2 rest days a week. So I do obviously certain body parts, muscles on certain days. I do cardio at 5 o'clock every morning. At the moment, at this
Mm.
stage, this far out, 16, well, just I'm under 16 weeks out from my first comp. I'm only doing half-hour fasted cardio at the moment. He's just introduced Stairmaster a few times a week, and then obviously as I get closer to comp, it'll go up. The evening cardio will take place. More steps will be added every day. But yeah, I'm training 5 times a week, but cardio 7 times a week at the moment.
Okay, that's good.
So
That's
it's
good.
quite intense, but obviously fitting it in with work, home life, being a mum, being a partner, you know, it's a juggling thing. You know, it gets to 8 o'clock and I think, I'm ready for bed. I've got to be up at 5.
So your upcoming show is in May.
In May, yes. It's the
Oh,
NABBA South East in May.
okay. Well, I wish you good luck,
Oh,
yeah,
thank
hope you
you.
get your pro card.
I hope so. Fingers crossed. And then maybe I could come back and do another one with you
Of
and we can
course,
talk
I'll
about
be glad
that.
to have you again. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love it. Thank you so much for having me. I've really enjoyed
Thank
it.
you. All right. Well, let me let you go and yeah, good luck on your show.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.
Take care.
Okay.